Yes, Choke. So it's interesting. We have a starting point. We obviously, if we already knew exactly what was going to be achieved, we wouldn't have the need for the days ahead. However, this morning, after a very strong introductory discourse that the Pope had given to bishops, which wasn't expected, we knew he would speak briefly, but his main event will be to speak on Sunday after the final Mass and give a strong speech then. However, with the speech this morning, the Pope said, we need action, we need to be concrete. Otherwise, our credibility is on the line. We need to work toward purification, and the cry of the little ones for justice needs to be heard. But interestingly enough, during the event, he actually had provided this paper in my hand is 21 points of reflection that the Holy Father had said to the about 190 participants, 115 bishops before him, of concrete points that he would like for the bishops to reflect on in these days, including putting into place structures that he believes are lacking, where victims would be heard by lay and trained experts, and establishing other protocols for accusations against bishops, and monitoring transfers of priests from dioceses to other ones. Basically, a list of 21 points to try to make progress in areas where in the past things haven't been done. Many observers here feel more should be done, but it's a good starting point.
Deborah, this being the first day, of course, lots of survivors have been giving evidence. What else has come out of this summit?
It's still very early. Obviously, survivors, we've heard a little bit from them. This morning, for instance, well, I shouldn't say a little bit from them, because here in the Vatican itself, survivors have been very active, wanting to speak with us press, expressing that they feel their voices should be better heard. For instance, yesterday, some of the victims who believe they should have been meeting with the the committee of organizers, they were complaining that their voices should be heard as well. But we do know Pope Francis personally meets with victims. But in this summit so far, the victims' voices have been heard through audio. They wanted to keep their identities private, explaining the suffering. One person told of how she had an abortion paid for 3 times by the priest who was abusing her, and there were 5 different testimonies from different continents. So it really had a very strong effect. At least we hope it will in the days to come for what needs to be done. There will be another victim speaking later today to the bishops, in addition to presentations from the bishops themselves. But this is all developments in the path toward establishing the protocols necessary. So hopefully we'll be hearing more developments in the days to come.